Alright, there we go. Mudflooder for you. So this is just a house, got a statue of a man in a top hat, and he's right in front of this window. So that's not a good window to have a view out of. And again, look at these. And this photo, or this, oh, it is a photo, this seems to be snow. Now why would you build this window here in the ground with all this snow? It's just going to melt and go in. Mud flooders, this is a nice old belfry, just sitting, you know, I don't know what this is, a shop down here. And look at this, it's actually coming out of the building. It's a big round kind of tower. And these things are everywhere, and they just kind of say, oh, you know, the guy liked bells, so he built that. And okay, now this, I think it is the one in, where is it? Is it St. Anne's, is that right? Where they did the regrading. Okay, the town slips my mind, but yeah, check this out. Church, and obviously they've dug this out, and you can't see too much, but basically, see this whole front bit's just falling off in the stairs, because this church, and it clearly goes straight down here. You can see the wall there a bit, you can see a bit of the corner. Now if this did not go down into the ground, there's no way that that church is sitting on a foundation that small or on a piece of sand like that. Now this is a guy who makes, what's it called? I can't remember if it's called like kinetic art or sort of fractal art or whatever, but you can see he's made this sphere, this ball, and when you shine light through it, look at the shadow you get. You get these perfect symmetrical, like cymatic type shapes, the same kind of stuff we see in the cathedrals in the stained glass window. So I have no idea how long it took him to make that, but oh my gosh. I mean, how do you even get the hole in the middle? There's no hole in this. Very cool. Yeah, you know. What do you want to say about that? Look, it's just in the middle of the desert too. Like, that's cool. Yeah, right. This is an organ. Organs, fix organs up at the altar where you get altered, and look at the size of these pipes. These obviously are people. This people could fit in this pipe. And of course, I mean, yeah, right. I mean, looking at this with the wooden and it's a pipe organ, that the age of this would be, you know, at least 1900, if not earlier. You know, and this is the thing, even with the metal industry, you know, and making things out of metal, it wasn't that old at 1900, you know. All these industries really, we're told, came around in the 1850s pretty much, 60s, maybe 70s. But, you know, before you know it, they're building these. I mean, it looks like a, you know, flutes for giants. Maybe they're just like actually, but that thing's ridiculous. I mean, and why have they got speakers there? Like, you'd need to amplify the sound coming out of this. Yeah, this was an actual mud flood in the 20s, I think. You may have seen this before, but look at this. All these cars buried a metre or so just from a mud flood. So that's, you know, that's a little one. That's the kind of stuff that can happen. Flying people. Look at this guy. He's got his wings on. He's got his little propeller at his feet. I'm not sure how he's making it spin, but he's smoking a cigarette while he's flying around. This lady's got a seat. She's doing it the right way. Bat wings. And a big one up there. So there you go. Flight. Nice fairy castle. Maybe that's what dragons were. People in these types of things, right? Who knows? What do you reckon? There's a horse, of course. What does it say down there? The King of Mules. Oh, I don't think they're... Oh, they are? Okay, wow, they're not even horses. Look at that. They're mules. What the? 1896. So they're not... I thought they're not even horses. They are mules. Their bodies look like draft horses. What are they called? Clydesdales? But see their faces? See that? That looks like a donkey. What the hell? Now, that's a big donkey. If we used to have giant people, would we also maybe have had giant donkeys? What do you think? How did they tame them? God. And imagine how big these things, what are they called? Bridles or harnesses or whatever. Imagine how big that'd be. Yeah, they're mules, yeah, or donkeys, asses. Yeah, unfortunately, Zao probably were the last of their kind. More giants. Here you can see, and this is what we see in the architecture, isn't it? You know, we see the ridiculously oversized buildings, like the Vatican. Then we see the oversized buildings. And we've got the normal sized people down here. So, I mean, there you go. What is that a true picture? Did we used to have? Could we have skeletons of all these different sizes? This says 1856. The giant, what's that? Giant family. The giant something family. Maybe that's mum and dad and their kids got smaller and smaller. They had a lot of kids though. There you go. Look at the size of this entranceway. And what do you think that they're trying to promote here, guys? You think they're trying to get everyone to believe something? They've taken the horoscopes off, I think. Because that should be the horoscope. Okay, they're just hidden so you can't see them, of course. So yeah, there you go. Look at, I mean, this is obviously just a drawing. Oh my God, that's a dude. Dude, why are you wearing a dress, Jupiter? There's Neptune, Saturn. Okay, so we've got... Look, these are people. These are people. These are people at the top here, on this balcony. And look, there's even more in these windows. That's ridiculous. What the... Wow, I'm going to have to try and find an actual photo of that thing. I'm guessing it's real. Wow. There we go, look at that one. And again, it's this whole thing of just dirt, no trees, or any trees here have been planted recently. Huge building, these are people here, oversized, just in the middle of nowhere. Oh, actually maybe there's a city behind it, but this doesn't look like much out here, and it's a mud flutter. That's a rather large bell. Yeah, the nice crack. They're all cracked. They're all cracked, but I mean, look at the size of that thing. Here we have another one. Oh, well, same, another view, same bell, same crack. I mean, you'd want to trust this driving underneath it, wouldn't you? This is Port Elizabeth, South Australia. And look at this. I mean, look at the artwork on it. How Egyptian does that look? Massive obelisk in the middle of the street. This is horse and cart time. It doesn't look... What's going on there? I don't know, what do you reckon? Is this maybe mud flooded? Is there a date there? I mean, this is Australia, guys, Founded 1788, you know the story. Town hall, blah blah blah. Nice big gaslighter there. Look at this obelisk. And then right down the street, completely built out, wall to wall, antiquitech everywhere. South Australia. This is, around 100 years after, Captain Cook supposedly rocked up. Now this, I think John Levi showed this a couple of years ago, this shot. Obviously it's in Russia. All these people, and these seem to be some kind of tracks. And these are some kind of balls. And these people seem to be waiting to get in them and get shot down these tracks. And look, this is one of them in the sky, guys. Can you see that? So what's going on here? And can you see these all have a carving on them? Well, they probably have multiple. That's like the face of, who is that? Is that like Shiva? Definitely looks, Indian. From sort of Sanskrit. And this is Russia. And look, there's one flying in the air. So what do you make of that?